Good morning. I am Bev Curtis with Bev and Company here at House of Brokers Realty Inc. and welcome to Breakfast with Bev. I have the pleasure this morning to be with Miss Brooke Peary, and she is with USA Mortgage. Brooke, do you mind kind of introducing yourself?
Sure. I'm with USA Mortgage. I've been in the business for about 15 years now, and I'm really excited to be here this morning with you, Beth.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. So this format with the Breakfast of Bev is to basically provide valuable information to our customers, clients, and friends. And so the topic this morning that we'd like to talk about is how to get pre-qualified when you're looking to buy your first home. So this is a big, exciting time in your life. It's the all-American dream to own your first home, but there is a process that you have to go through. So if one is seeking financing for that purchase, there is a pre-qualification process that one must go through. Now, I do want to just kind of disclose up front that due to federal mandated guidelines, there are some questions in regard to the financing process that Brooke is not going to be at liberty to discuss. So we always welcome your comments and your feedback. We're happy to answer any questions that we can. Just know if it's something that she's not allowed to answer, she can certainly contact you in private, okay? So we're going to get started, Brooke, as far as tell us the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval. It seems like there's a little bit of a mystery of that, of what exactly does that mean?
Absolutely. So a pre-qualification, Bev, is you have gotten all of your paperwork into your lender. So meaning paperwork, I'm talking about bank statements, paycheck stubs, proof of income, all of those things. Your lender has actually looked at all of that and issued a pre-qualification. A pre-approval is you've made application, you've given your lender everything on the application, but everything hasn't been verified. Okay. So pre-approval, everything has not been verified. You haven't gone through those extra steps of providing your income documentation, your asset documentation, all of those things.
Okay.
So really pre-qualification is what people are going to be looking for, because that means that we've looked at everything and we know that everything's going to be okay.
So it sounds like then if you're in a situation where you found the home that you love and you want to make an offer on that home, at the bare minimum, then you want a pre-qualification or pre-approval, you're saying?
Pre-approval. Before you really go out shopping,
yeah,
you need to go through that pre-approval process.
Okay.
Once you're ready to make an offer, then you need to make sure you have a pre-qualification.
Okay, so as far as the importance of that, then, it is strictly then to ensure to a seller that you are a capable buyer that can perform, especially like if you're in a multiple offer situation, for sure.
Absolutely. Pre-qualification, if you're in a multiple offer situation, or even if you're making an offer, you really want to be pre-qualified. You want to have sat down with your lender, gone through the income, gone through all of the assets, all of those things. Make sure you know what program is going to work best for you, all of that.
So kind of describe to us then, what does that process look like? Because when you're a first-time home buyer and you're very excited about going out there and finding your first home, there's also a little bit of overwhelmingness to it and kind of what's the process all about. And that's where we highly recommend that, you contact us and you've got a good realtor by your side working through that process. But how would one start that process with you?
Well, USA Mortgage has made it very easy to start that process. We have a mobile app to where you can apply online. You can apply through the mobile app. You can apply online. The application is the very first thing that you're going to want to do. Starting the application
you can apply through the mobile app.
is the best thing for you guys to do up front.
Okay. And then how long does it take to get the results from that then once they make an application?
Usually it's a few hours.
Oh, wow.
It's not very long.
Okay.
I recommend once we do the application, once you do an application with your lender, you really want to sit down and make an appointment and come in and meet with your lender, because there's so many different programs and so many different options, and you need to talk with your lender about what your overall goals are. Where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years kind of thing, to make sure you're getting yourself in the right program.
Okay, so you lay out all the viable options then, and depending on what their situation is, their time frame, their incomes, their goals, you will help them then devise a program that's best for their situation.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. I think the overall picture, you can do an application online, get a phone call back. Yes, you're pre-approved. But what does that mean? What does that mean to you? What's that mean to your family? That is a big question, and you need to make sure that you're well informed. If you have any questions, you've got somebody to go to ask those questions.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think a lot of people will find too that perhaps maybe what they qualify for and what they truly want to commit themselves to on a monthly basis may be two totally different things, because let's face it, there's lots of things in life that happens, lots of, just stuff that comes up that you're not prepared for, that nobody wants to be technically married to their home. You want a comfortable place, something that you feel very good about coming home to and, living your life there and creating your memories, but nobody wants to be strapped to a home, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally agree. So there's lots of lending choices out there. And this is another kind of an overwhelming aspect for a buyer is, where do they start? Who do they, make their application with? What makes USA Mortgage special or different than a different mortgage company or lender?
Absolutely.
So why should someone choose you?
Okay. So I've been in the business for a really long time, and a lot of lenders can say that. But my husband and I are a team.
Okay.
We work together. So I think
your husband is?
My husband is Robert Perry.
Okay.
So we have a very amazing processor. Her name is Amy. So all three of us are going to be working together to make sure that you're in the right program, that and you're informed, and you know what is coming next. You need to be able to communicate with your lender. You're going to be pretty close with your lender for the next 30 to 45 days. So you need to make sure you get along with them. That's really important. You really do. You need to make sure you're comfortable and that your lender has time to sit down with you and meet with you and is okay with you texting them at 10 o'clock at night and saying, hey, Brooke, I don't know what to do. You need to make sure that they're okay with that and that you click with your lender. So I think that that's just really, really important. You have to be comfortable with who you choose and make sure you sit down and get all of your options.
So as far as your hours as a lender, it sounds like it's pretty similar to a realtor.
Absolutely.
Because it's kind of the same process where you're in a business relationship for this period of time. And so it's interesting when you say that you receive texts at 10 o'clock at night too. So it's all about the customer service. So when you're looking for a lender selection, that is one of the things to keep in mind is, are you compatible with the lender? Are they going to be available to you when you need their assistance? And much of the time, the home buying process is done after business hours because people have to work during the day. So evenings and weekends is a big time as far as finding a home and putting in that application and putting in that contract. And so the availability of a lender is very crucial.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Well, as far as then, you mentioned a little bit about your mobile app. Do you mind kind of sharing with us kind of what that features? And
Sure, absolutely. Our mobile app is absolutely amazing. People really are loving our mobile app. If you would like for us to send you the mobile app, I believe you can either just message us or do a private message and we can send that to you. On the mobile application, you will find all of Bev's contact information. You'll find all my contact information. You'll also be able to apply for a home loan if you want to do it that way. You can also run calculations for different mortgage payments. Those you can change it from $150,000 to $250,000. It doesn't matter the price range. It will automatically have an interest rate in there. It will figure your taxes, your insurance. You can save your calculations. Once you're into the actual process of doing the loan and you're under contract, you can scan documents from that app. So it's very user-friendly, and it's a great way to contact with Bev and I. So
it's amazing how technology has completely transformed the real estate process. I mean, I remember the old days where it was handwritten contracts and 2 pages long. And I mean, it's amazing how everything has completely changed. But I have to say, it's all for the benefit of the client, because the service now that can be offered today is just exceptional, in my opinion. So there's no need to have to wait anymore. If there's a property that you find that you're interested in purchasing, everything is at your fingertips, and you don't have to miss out. So, which is a big deal. Does anybody have any comments or any questions that they want to present to us at this time? Okay. So at this point then, kind of what's your projection then, Brooke, for this year? How do you kind of see the real estate market going? You guys seeing quite a few applications coming in?
It is starting to get really busy.
Okay.
So yes, things are I think we're hoping that maybe spring starts a little early here in Missouri.
If the weather cooperates.
Right, exactly. So it is starting to get busy. A lot of folks coming in to get pre-qualified to make sure that they're ready to go when spring market starts happening. And it's starting to get busy already. So that's exciting.
That's good. Well, if we could keep the snow away and the ice away, if the sun's out, even if it's cold, it should be a very successful spring, that's for sure. So spring is definitely kind of the peak time where a lot of first-time home buyers actually make their purchase. It's a very exciting time because spring offers a lot more inventory, because it's just known as kind of the peak season of the real estate cycle. So lots of folks are coming out of leases and looking to purchase. It's just a time for various reasons. Spring is just kind of an optimistic time of the year anyway, and so it's the perfect time to consider looking to buy your next home. So if you're thinking about purchasing this spring, we would highly encourage you to contact my team, Bev and Company at House of Brokers Realty, and also to pair up with Brooke Peary here with USA Mortgage, because her team does a very fine job in servicing their clients and would be a very big benefit to the purchasing process. So is there anything more that you can think of for this morning, Brooke, that you want to add?
So. Thanks for having me today,
Well,
Beth.
we appreciate you joining us, and we thank you, viewers, for tuning in again this morning and checking out our information. So we will see you next week, same time, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. So we appreciate your time today and hope you have a great week. Take care.